Welcome back, everybody. An annual food-focused event is back for the fourth time, and it's better than ever. The Field Guide Festival is the last weekend of April, and founder Lindsay Sokol is joining us, along with Chef Sarah Hurd, co-founder of Foreign and Domestic, one of the local restaurants that will be featured there. We're so happy to have them both. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you for joining us. And Lindsay, you told me before we went on camera, you really see the Field Guide Festival as kind of a love letter to Central Texas. I think that's so sweet. Can you talk to us about what it is?
Yes, so Field Guide Festival, it really is. It's our way of bringing in Central Texas chefs with Central Texas farmers, and so that everyone who attends the festival is not only getting to meet amazing local chefs, but they're also eating amazing local seasonal produce, meats, meeting the farmers themselves, meeting the chefs themselves. So they're getting an idea and also the education of where their food comes from.
That is so cool that you can talk to the farmer
Yes.
who made the goat cheese that went into the, you know what I mean? It's just a really cool way to get in touch with kind of your food cycle. And is that really the inspiration here, is that you want people to be more educated on what they're consuming?
Educated, yes, and be able to understand and see how much we have here in Central Texas.
Yeah.
I think there's such amazing food outside of Texas, and we've seen that in so many other events, but this one really allows us to focus here on local, and we have the best. I mean, we may be biased, but it's such a great lineup that we have here in Central Texas.
I can't grow house plants, so the fact that anything can grow that we can eat as produce, I'm like really impressed, quite frankly. Let's talk about what makes this year different, because one day has now become 3, which is really cool.
Yes, and so we have 3 events this year. So we kick off on Friday, the 25th, with Land to Larder, which is our 4-course dinner at Boggy Creek Farm.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be good.
It's going to be amazing. Picture the long table in the middle of Boggy Creek Farm as we cook live fire through the night. And then on Saturday, we have our Field Guide Symposium. So that's when we really dive into panel conversations with local chefs, local farmers, educators here in Central Texas, and really try to bring those conversations to attendees. And then, of course, we end the weekend with Field Guide Festival.
Yeah.
And so coming back for year 4 and have 65 local chefs and farmers.
Amazing.
Yep.
You said when you first told farmers, they were kind of like, you want me there?
Yes.
But this year it continues to grow, and all ages welcome. Yes.
All ages.
Okay.
So there's something for everyone. I mean, in addition to the amazing food and chefs that we have baby goats from Nava Farm.
Oh.
We have baby chickens from Greener Pastures. We have wine pairings at the festival. So we have a little bit for everyone, and want it to be, again, a great representation of not only the chefs and farmers, but also what's happening in the Austin community.
That is so cool. Okay, Chef Sarah, talk to us a little bit about Foreign and Domestic and why you wanted to be part of the festival.
Well, we love working with Lindsay and Philip, for starters. They're both great people, and they take such good care of the chefs. But Foreign and Domestic was founded on farm to table. So for us, it's really in our roots to meet the farmers, and we've actually been really lucky to meet new farmers each year that we've done Field Guide Fest.
Which is wonderful, because then it can
incredible.
expand what you have to offer at Foreign and Domestic.
Yeah, and we're really excited this year. We're working with Ryan Gould of Geospin Regenerative Farm, and he's got chicken, and I love working with chicken, and we haven't had a lot of it on the menu, so I'm excited to move forward with that.
Especially because that's kind of traditionally a tricky industry as far as like the care of these animals, that sort of thing. Yeah. So that's really interesting, because actually you brought a demo for us today, and it is chicken related. Now, we don't think you might go home and make chicken sausage. If you do, more power to you, but you guys have made chicken sausage.
Yes, my partner is pretty magical with making sausage. So he's made a merguez today.
What is a merguez?
Merguez is a chicken. It's traditionally beef and lamb, but we're using chicken. So we've done a little spin on it with harissa and lots of spices. And we're making kind of a hot dog this year with just shoestring potatoes. It's a traditional French street food. It's really comforting. It's fuel. So if you're out partying, it's a good one to have.
Or out walking,
Out
you've got
walking,
more,
yeah.
you've got more chefs to interact with. I think it's great, and I love that it's in these kind of like bite-sized bits, so people can continue to go around. So
Yeah,
this is
and
what
it's
you're
hand
offering.
food, yes, yeah.
Hand food, that
Hand
makes it
food's
easy.
good. We always see people struggling with the plates and their drinks and
Especially, I mean, since you mentioned wine pairings, you might have a couple things in your hands. All right. Lindsay, talk to us about where the proceeds go, because the beneficiary from your sponsorship dollars is a very good one here in town.
Yes, so we are so lucky to work with Central Texas Food Bank since year one, and so you will see them at each of our events, and also bringing that education of Central Texas Food Bank and bringing the education then of Field Guide Festival, helping with the education of food here in Central Texas is such a big piece of why we've brought them in as our beneficiary, and why that's so important that we've worked with them every year.
Yeah, food insecurity is a lot more common than a lot of people think, and so
Yes.
I encourage everybody to check out Central Texas Food Bank, because the work that they do is absolutely amazing.
It
And in
is.
our last few seconds, you're turning 15.
we are. So we celebrate year 15 this year in May. So leading up to May, we're doing a 3-part chef series called The Chefs Who Shaped Us. So we're celebrating my partner and I and our sous chefs that have inspired us, that we've worked with in the past. We're doing collaborative dinners with them.
Cool.
And then we end it with a parking lot, like neighborhood block party style pig roast. So we're super excited about that part.
That sounds like a ton of fun. Well, guys, a lot to sink our teeth into. Thank you both so much for your time
Thank you
today.
so much for having
We
us.
appreciate it. All right, get your tickets for the Field Guide Festival right now by going to fieldguidefest.com.